Today we're going to be talking about when you should start shopping if you want to buy a house by the end of 2025. Guys, we're getting close. We're already almost through all of summer. We're moving into fall. The concept of buying by the end of the year, you may be like, oh, like I should start in a couple months. No, I disagree with that. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about when you should start, why you should start, and what you need to do. So if you're new to the channel, I've been a mortgage lender for 18 years. My team's one of the top purchase teams in America. Yes, every single day we get to tell someone that they are a homeowner, and we love that. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 people a day. So if you need your fully underwritten pre-approval, give us a call, 786-933-2077. Okay, if you want to buy by the end of the year, I would argue that you should start shopping now. So let's talk about what that looks like. I would be suggesting that right now you start doing your budget, you look at your finances, you see what you can comfortably afford for a monthly mortgage payment. After you do that, the next step, reach out to us, 786-933-2077. I'm going to give it 50 times in this video. It's inevitable. Or, apply. Let's do a fully underwritten pre-approval. Budgeting and getting a fully underwritten pre-approval, I would benchmark 2 weeks for that, right? I don't know if you're going to do your budget and everything in 6 seconds. I don't know how long it's going to take to get your paperwork. The reason you want the fully underwritten pre-approval is it's the top tier. It doesn't cost you more money, but it makes you stronger as a buyer. It also makes it so that when you're home shopping, you can just deal with the emotions of that and not the emotions of the mortgage. Because if you combine the emotions on both, stressful, zero stress process, you get the fully underwritten pre-approval first. Okay, so I would budget 2 weeks for that. It's important that once you're fully underwritten, like we always go through the numbers with clients, everyone gets a, hey, congrats, you're fully underwritten. And then with whoever they're working with on my team, it's like, hey, let's set up a time. I want to go through budgeting, in terms of, are you comfortable with this payment? Is this the amount that you want? We don't max qualify, so we like to go up and down with clients. Like, do you want us to push it up? Do you want us to push it down? It's a conversation, and it's something for you guys to think about. So I would probably put aside 2 weeks for that. Then you need to start looking for a real estate agent. If you're working with us, of course, we're happy to help. But otherwise, you need to look at reviews, you need to interview people. Even if you're working with us, you should interview real estate agents, but there's no point in doing that until you know your budget and you already have your fully underwritten loan approval, okay? Once you find that agent, you start shopping. So let's say that you start shopping mid-September. Even if you are the luckiest person around and you're like, I know exactly what neighborhood I want to look in. Oh my gosh, I found a house. The seller accepted. If that all happens in like a day, you're magical. You're a unicorn. It's not what we always see. But even if you did, this is what people don't realize. So let's say that a seller accepted your offer on September 15th. Most parts of the country, it's going to be a 30-day close, which means you would close mid-October. If you close in October, your first payment is in December, okay? But let's say if you're more average, I would say, in terms of how long it takes you to find a house, you're not gonna find a house in September. It can take time. And what I see a lot of is I see people waiting until their lease is up 30, 60 days, and then they're like stressed. They're either settling for a house that they don't want, or they're getting back in a lease because they didn't give themselves enough time. Okay, so let's say that you're going shopping, you don't find anything in September, you don't find anything in October, you find something in November. If you find it in November, 30-day close, there we are in December, right? So December, close in December, your first payment's in February. So the way that the payments work, it gets pushed out, and I think that can really help you understand if you're in a lease how to try to leverage this, right? So that you're not making 2 payments. I do think it's a good idea when you're looking at your budgeting and your finances to see if you have the ability to pay a month or 2 of rent as well as the mortgage, because I think it's so difficult to find the perfect house within a perfect time frame and have everything, the stars, the moon, the sun align perfectly, which is why if you can, have the ability, if need be, to pay rent and a mortgage at the same time, it can really help you. But look, if you want to try to get into a house by the end of the year, it's really simple, guys. Do your budgeting, get fully underwritten now. You got to pick out that real estate agent. You got to go shopping. You've got to drive the neighborhoods. You have to explore. You have to get into contract. And to do all of that and have wiggle room, I would say start now. So if you want to learn about this process in detail, but in under an hour, check out my free course, 60minhomebuyer.com. It's basically 60-minute homebuyer, but we shortened that word. We made it easier. So check that out. It will give you a really good overview on how to budget, what you need to know about credit, what you need to know about down payment, what to expect, and it is under an hour. Or give us a call, 786-933-2077. But if you're looking at getting in a house by the end of the year, start now. Give yourself time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful.